Hi guys, good morning, and thank you for joining me today. I just wanted to share some tips and tricks about this game because I actually beat the game twice now, so I wanted to share those tips which are very useful to get to the end game and finish the game quite early. It took me like 5 hours in my second playthrough, I think, and that's it. I'm just going to share those tips with you. First tip, when you start a new game, choose your map carefully because each map has a specific destination, like complete destination to unlock. It's a specific buff, and like I completed that one, which gives me a landmark building that I have to place somewhere in my map. Desert Star, free roads and conveyor belts. That's very useful. In Grand Gully, Rail Rush, free item chance and train store and additional item slots. So I have both of those and I can build both in my new game, which is extremely useful. Let's look at the other one. Giddy Up Gorge, the train arrives faster and the train store has a mega sale. In Tumbleton, more tumbleweeds and they grant an extra reward. And in Fossil Park, faster miners and fewer tiles required for rooms and quarter. I think I'm gonna get this one next because the quarters always take a lot of space, and I'm gonna show you why it's a bad thing. So I'm just gonna continue my game. Alright, so here the second tip I want to share with you guys is housing placement. As you can see here, I always place them in stacks of 3. Maybe 2 if I'm stuck in somewhere weird, but usually 3 is the way to go. And I place roads between them all the time because you want the service buildings to be able to reach them. So if I choose the first first 2 buildings that you have to place, you can see that they reach really far. That's because I have the maglev road, but they still reach pretty far with the dirt road because of the road's placement. So you want to check that out and be sure to make roads everywhere. And next, to prepare for the end game, you can do that pretty early. You just have to leave some spaces for the scientists here, because you need them to be happy in the end game. So you leave spaces for these buildings. That's the large stuff collider, so it's right there. The observatory, which is right here. So I left this space clear all along my gameplay. Maybe a couple right here in the middle, just to make sure I can place some for my engineers at some point. But in the end game, the engineers, you don't care if they're happy. Same for the Aristobots, you don't really care. You gotta focus on those scientists, and every last one of them has to be happy. So my next tip is the tooltip here. When you click on that, you can see which buildings you can apply these equipment and items. Right now I have 2 slots because of my landmark building, which is somewhere back here. The rail rush I was talking about earlier. So this one gives me additional item slot. That's why I have 2 slots on every service building and equipment. Where do you get these equipment and items? The train station, of course. You, in my opinion, you gotta buy those as much as you can. Especially this one, tax bonus plus 150%. When you got the cash and the rubies, you buy it. You should also buy every gold nuggets that you can, because you will need them to place the quarters down in the mines. So I buy all golden nuggets, maybe some rubies if I'm getting pretty low. And that's one of my other tips. Check the train station as often as you can, because every 5 minutes you will get new stuff here, and they're all random. You can also trade, like if you need money, if you need golden nuggets, you can buy some actually. You can buy some with sheet metal, you can buy some with tools. Do whatever your heart feels like. I'm actually gonna correct this just to be sure. Next tip, it's a pretty basic one, but quite useful, and you have to check that often too. The administration window here. Basically, you want everything in the green, but for the end game, I would focus on these one. But as soon as you modify one of these and you put a building, let's say for a black powder, then the other building which is related to black powder will go down. So if it's 0.5, you will need to add sulfur 2 before you add black powder. So that administration window is very useful. Check that often, make sure everything is in the green or very close, and you'll be fine. Also, you should keep an eye out for those tumbleweeds. That's a pretty obvious tips, but they are everywhere and they always jam in the side of the building, so you gotta check often and carefully, just to be sure. The more you fill your maps with buildings, the less tumbleweeds you will find, and they will be placed in weird spots, so really keep an eye out for those. Yeah, I didn't. Alright. The next tip is the move tool. That is so useful, especially in the end game. Like I said, if you didn't keep some space for the building to keep your scientist happy, you will have to move buildings. Like, which building should I move? Right now I should move maybe my engineers, because I got quite a few, and you move them anywhere, it doesn't matter, even if they're unhappy, because like I said, you don't need them to be happy, you just need the space right now, so you focus on that, and there you go. And then you can place a service building here, or something that you really need, as close as possible to your scientists. Next tip is down in the mines. So like these guys here, I cleared level 1, you're in level 2, and you need some money, and especially those golden nuggets here. What I do is I destroy most of it. So because these guys, they're only there to clear and dig, you don't need them as much. Right now I have 5 down here, which is pretty good. So I could destroy just a little bit of that. 3 golden nuggets, that's pretty good. I could continue to destroy to get more golden nuggets, but that's up to you. And as you can see, that's my other tip, because at one point you will get the conveyor belts, and these belts do not go over the quarters. So I place my quarters in the middle or jam-packed here in the edge somewhere, so there's no resources that I need the conveyor belt to go to. I just put conveyor belts everywhere. Every resources available down here is linked to my conveyor belt, but to achieve that you gotta make sure that those quarters do not block the path. If they do, like I said, you can always destroy one or two and build them somewhere else. But that tip is extremely useful because you want all that stuff to be automated, so you get those resources as fast as you can. Next up is the defense. Just quick tip about defense, because that's really up to you what you want to build. I always build like in these corners where the enemy spawn. You can see that there is always a little bit of fertile soil where the enemy will spawn. I always put like, or block the path with flamethrowers. Like if it was open here, I would put another flamethrower here, and behind them a couple of grenade turrets. This is an excellent defense. Enemies will not go through here. You can add a lot of guards, of course. I have 16 in level 2 and 16 in level 3. And I'm always good. I don't have to check that out, even though you hear the buzz, because I'm getting attacked constantly. Like here, I have 4 flamethrowers, and I've got a couple of grenade turrets behind them, and my guards will take take care of the rest. So I think that's pretty much it for my tips and tricks. These tips are pretty useful and they will get you through the game up to the end game, and you will get that very useful bonus. And I hope you guys enjoyed this quick video today. That was quick, very quick and sweet. So if you do, just leave a comment, maybe leave a like and subscribe. If you got another tip that I didn't mention, please tell me in the comments and I'll be sure to check that out. Alright, so I'll see you guys on my next video. Thank you and have a good day.